Right, look, I like Jinder Mahal, I really do. I think he seems like a good egg and that he deserves a shot with the title, even if WWE could have built all that up a lot better. But if we're being honest, it hasn't been the greatest run, and some of the booking decisions Jinder has to go through, well, they've only hurt him even more. The bottom line is, this reign isn't really working all that well. So, the question now is who takes up this mantle when WWE decides it is time, and there are a few possible answers in that regard. Mahal's was so unexpected it kinda put everything else into disarray and left us all guessing about who would follow up. I'm Simon from What Culture though, and this is me predicting the next 5 WWE champions. Number 5, Shinsuke Nakamura. Shinsuke Nakamura will challenge for Jinder Mahal's WWE Championship at Hell in a Cell, and while much has been made of the company's decision to not hold their showdown inside the actual cell, which would have made all the sense in the world given that the Singh brothers need to be kept at bay, it wouldn't really make a big difference. They would have found a way to get involved regardless, because seriously, when do cage matches ever work these days anyway? They don't. May as well have a revolving door policy. There's a chance the Maharaja could screw the King of Strong Style out of another victory, but given everything, it would be nice if Nakamura did win. The Jinder experiment, as we mentioned, isn't really gathering momentum. All that nonsense with his promos, or maybe it's best we just left everything be. It won't happen because WWE has a tour of India in December, and to do all this and not capitalize on that would be madness. But it is fair to say fans would love seeing Shinsuke win here. He's one of those rare champs too, a babyface people actually enjoy cheering, and that never happens anymore in 2017. And let's face it, if Nakamura doesn't get the victory, when on earth does he move back into the title scene? Feud can't go on forever. Number 4, Kevin Owens. As I've said time and time again, Kevin Owens being involved with Shane McMahon is awesome, because Shane is always treated like a big deal, which means KO gets the rub too. I mean, look what it resulted in. He got to headbutt Vince McMahon for real. You may have thought that was dumb, but it will help Owens' character no end. You'd hope Kevin will walk away the winner of this rivalry too, and surely he'll be due a big push when he does. Otherwise, what is the point? It seems likely he'll bicker with Shane until Survivor Series so we can see Team Kev versus Team McMahon, and if the former Universal Champion wins there once more, he'll be in prime position to zoom into the main event. If we move into Dreamland as well, why shouldn't we? We could take a Nakamura win at Hell in the Cell and then transition to Kevin Owens and Shinsuke, which would be fantastic. If you've seen any of their work together, you know they have serious chemistry, and the SmackDown main event scene would actually start having incredible matches again. Furthermore, both are extremely popular, making this the ideal program heading into the Raw Rumble, with Owens coming out on top and winning the gold. That would be lovely. Number 3, AJ Styles. So we've booked Nakamura as champ, but he loses it to Owens, but what's next? Simple. We head into WrestleMania 34 and we get back on the AJ Styles wagon. And what a wonderful wagon that is. We had a hint of an AJ Owens feud earlier in the year, but that was soon interrupted because of everything with Shane. That's not the end of the world, as it did mean WWE didn't overdo that, which works even more so here, as we can fall back into it as and when we need. By next year's Mania, you'd imagine Styles is no longer US champ, allowing him to go after the main prize instead. You could even have AJ win the Rumble to get his shot, but as long as he has a decent showing in that match, it wouldn't hurt him to get thrown out as long as he then sets his sights on the WWE title soon after. And then we have Owens versus Styles at Mania 34, and that would naturally be a match of the night contender, which is what WrestleMania needs. Hell, you could get Nakamura involved there too and go all out with a triple threat, and you potentially have the best bout in years. There's no way any combo of those wrestlers would be bad. That's exactly why we should do it, and why we should do it over the title. It'll make it mean so much more. Number 2, Shinsuke Nakamura again. And if we did do that, it works on 2 different levels, because then post-Mania we can fall into Shinsuke Nakamura versus AJ Styles, which of course is something we all need in our lives. There's loads you can do in the interim too if you don't fancy a face versus face encounter, but even then fans would lap this up, especially if the WWE title was up for grabs. Owens can be off on another program by this point, leaving the 2 former NJPW dudes to kick ass, and it means Backlash instantly is a must-see card, and that's really important after the showcase of the Immortals. This feud could go on for ages as well, because you just know they continually come up with awesome ways to make their matches interesting. Once more too, it would actually make the main event scene the thing you want to see the most, and that's how it should be. Not sure that's the case at the moment, which is why making these shifts is super important. Just put your best individuals in that spot and be done with it. I promise you it will work. Number 1, Bobby Roode. It looks as though Bobby Roode will follow a similar career trajectory to Shinsuke Nakamura on the main roster. The Glorious One started with a couple of squash victories and has now moved into a feud with the lowly Dolph Ziggler. He'll inevitably win this match before presumably moving on to bigger things. WWE supposedly has grand plans for Roode, and it's easy to see why. He's a safe, clean wrestler who uses a classic heel style, and his character work has been flawless since arriving. That makes him exactly the kind of wrestler that the company love pushing to the moon. But while there's a chance he'll be established as a main eventer long before SummerSlam 2018, Bobby may have to wait till then for a WWE title run. And besides, Roode and Nakamura have familiarity from their time in NXT. Those matches weren't perfect, but they came with a strong face-heel dynamic and a clear contrast in characters. And once again, that's what wrestling likes. This will likely be the case if they wrestle on the main roster too, though Bobby would need to revert back to his natural villainous role beforehand. Because right now everyone loves him because he's got his entrance, he comes out, and people are like, woo! What an entrance. That's all fine though, and we'd have another deserving winner and a guy who can actually feel like the champion. That sounds lovely right now. So fingers crossed all of this is correct, but obviously it won't be, and I look forward to seeing Jinder Mahal as the champion at WrestleMania 34. Know of any other wrestlers that should be WWE champ? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. You can even follow What Culture on Twitter at WhatCultureWWE, or read more articles at WhatCulture.com. My name is Simon Miller, I am from What Culture, and I will talk to you again soon.